About a year and a half ago, I lost my daughter. And the center opened the hall for me to wake her there. People came from everywhere. We had her for 2 days. People showed up to cook, to bring food, to bring us gifts, and I don't know if we'd have got through it otherwise. It's very important.
We have to be strong as a leader for tomorrow. We have to have that sorrow in ourselves. We have to have that laughter. We have to have that strength.
Those ceremonies have to continue because those ceremonies reflect our connectedness with all of creation.
If we're gentle and truthful, and if we share, and if we're strong, then we'll be able to stay on that path.
One time, if we had the ability to all come together in one mind, together just for once, we could lift the roof right off this building. If we all came together as one. That's my prayer.
Thank you, Leonard. And thank you, Maria. And thank you, everybody, for coming to our 50th annual powwow. I have a little something here that was donated to the Indian Center from the Menominee family. It's a picture of one of our powwows from back in 1954 or 55. It was donated to the center. A little bit bit of nostalgia here.
It was on LaSalle, downtown Chicago, right by Kinsey. I can remember to this day, walking down the street, walking down LaSalle at night, hearing the drums. You hear the drums echoing like in a canyon. But the pride I had in that, I really had a lot of pride in my heart that, wow, there's Indians here in Chicago. We're Indians, we're here.
The men would sing, and just hearing that was a good feeling to me to kind of absorb the surrounding with our people.
We have hundreds of different nations represented in Chicago and Illinois because we don't have a reservation. Our Indian Center serves as the focus, as the focal point for the community.
Well, there's no other place for them to go. I mean, we don't, like going to the church there in our neighborhood in Indiana, I don't feel like I'm welcome. I feel like an outsider there. But the Indian Center, we're all like one big family.
You know, it's that home vibe. You see skins all over the place. You see, your people all over the place. And that makes you feel welcome because you come to a city and you feel that there's nobody here. But then you come to the center, you see like, oh my God, there's Indians here. I'm home.
It's like kind of walking into your home and sitting down on the couch and and grabbing something to drink, a soda or something, or water, and flipping on the TV.
You don't have to pretend. You can just be yourself.
Dream last night. I heard the old songs in the wind. And all the stars up in the sky made a path for souls to journey by. Tell me the story of my life. Voices that haunt me ask me if I've been here before.
We were sitting around in a circle, just a couple of the guys, and we were talking about some of the dreams that, one day we're sitting there with a few bucks in our pocket, the center still on volunteer staff basically. It would be great one day to be working with the Field Museum, the Smithsonian. That was like a real dream, and it's happening today. Presentations have been done here before, but we've never had an American Indian Center exhibit. It's about being proud of our culture, our kids, our elders, and really telling people, this is who we are, and we're proud of it, and we're coming to make a difference.
Performing here at the Field Museum is a long time coming. I mean, we're known as a small institution, but to get our foot in the door into the larger mainstream institutions is just a real pinnacle activity. It's our time to shine, take the spotlight, and as in an institution like this, it's dramatic. To do First Voice art education and cultural education is a major step in the right direction as far as cultural retainment activity.
It was very interesting for me to see the people that were here, people that were invited, and yet the people that just happened to have been in the museum today, and seeing their interest.
I would guess there were quite a few folks in the audience who, first of all, were surprised to find it here. You know, they came expecting to see static exhibits behind plate glass and so forth, and read text labels and so forth. And to see something that live and dynamic is a thrill and a revelation.
You know, it's a true sort of historical meeting, in my opinion. Museums don't usually tell stories about American Indian people from a First Voice perspective at all. It's an anthropological perspective or an archaeological perspective. And I think that hopefully, you know, the field educates a lot of people, and we have positive impacts on how that works and what gets told to kids, what gets told to visitors. Those are the kinds of things that reach mass people, that start to change systematic kinds of things.
The Field Museum is supposed to be for all people of the world, but we cannot realistically speak for all people of the world. So bring in the community institutions to provide that input. You know, utilize them as resources so that the message that you're bringing to the public, which is essentially all of us, is coming from, you know, multiple perspectives.
I think this is kind of a stepping stone for the Indian Center to be active and to make sure we're looking for accuracy, to make sure we're not stereotyped, you know, and all the loopholes of presenting ourselves in a good manner, in a good way.
The exhibit is 50 Years of Powwow in Chicago. It was conceived and organized by the American Indian Center. So the material is theirs, the ideas were theirs. They identified the photographers and the photos. But from that point, it was a collaborative process. We met with them, our exhibit design team met with them, we selected the photos, we culled through dozens and dozens and dozens of photos to find the ones that best expressed both the tradition of powwow in Chicago and everything that the powwow represents as a tradition.
it starts at an early age, acknowledging our achievements as a community and acknowledging the young preschoolers who might have had perfect attendance or who might have been the best spellers in their class. And it starts there.
And I hope that they understand that their entire community is proud of them. I think that one of the things that's really important for kids in the city especially is for them to understand that they belong someplace and they belong to a community. And I think that when they walk up on that stage and there's a whole sort of committee of adults there to hug them and shake their hand and have them turn around and look at the entire community clapping for them, they sort of feel special and feel like, wow, I'm doing something really positive.
You can really see it in their eyes when they know that they're doing well and they're making their families and community proud.
It was a huge turnout by the community. Elders are there and families are there with all their children and young children. And it was honoring every graduate in the community, every kindergarten graduate up through college graduate. And there is some people from outside of the community who had never been to one of these before. And they were looking, they said, everybody there is being honored. And we said, of course. And it's the community saying, we are so proud of you.
It's pretty great to see, to have an Indian graduation in the city. I've come into the Indian Center at a time when it's really expanding and it's changing, and there's so many opportunities, programs, and people. It's very dynamic.
They're teaching people financial management. They're teaching people how to learn about these wonderful machines called computers.
We're glad we're here for the people, because many times people come in that are homeless or that need clothes, or families that need clothes that just came in from the res or things like that, and they usually stop here to see what we can do to help.
They're trying to help as much as they could, whoever needs help, They gave furnitures out too, and everybody's working together pretty good. But that's the way it should be, though.
We all kind of need each other to survive here, and we help each other, and everybody kind of knows everybody else, and that's a good thing, because we can help each other, and we see our children, they need help, we help them out.
Because they've been through a lot, and they keep surviving, and I want to be a part of that,
The 50th is such a big year, not just in longevity, not just in the amount of time we've been here, but what we've done. The people survived. They've made their lives better. And I don't think they've lost anything. They have not lost their culture. They've not lost their Indianness. They did it on their terms. If it took 50 years, then so be it. But they didn't change. Everybody changed around them. The city had to change for the Indian Center.
I think the center's lasted 50 years because our people are very strong and very devoted to community and family and traditions. And I think that's one of the main components for its survival. And we're not ever going to be without those values, so I think it's going to last another 50 years at least.
You know, I look at the children and I'm thinking, we're still here, and they're, you know, not through with us yet.
There's a child known as America. She is young and wild and free. There's a song to deliver America, inscribed on her golden fleece. I'm a ooh of sweet azure. Feathered kings who gave their homes an ark of heaven where eagles soar like angels. Oh, fairest isle beneath our sun, where every heart is a chosen one. Our fathers sailed into your fields, and we are the sea.
Todo de Aletso estas noon. Facte nid Aletso, sed centupli alasta o levento.
Hoship mauna nanju jaina ka eki pinchni ojana tidek jaina. And I'm hoping that American Indian Center will always be warm and friendly, welcoming place for people, and that God will bless everyone with all His power and His love to each person that comes in our door and enjoy themselves and be pleasant to one another.